Hi, I'm Holly.
I'm Sam.
And we brought a van.
To help.
Yeah, Sam's got some alcohol to help him talk. So, both of us have always wanted to travel, and then the more we started talking about it, we started deciding like where in the world we wanted to travel. Realised that most of the world is where we want to travel.
Yeah, it was more like where we didn't want to go.
Yeah, and our initial idea was to backpack around Europe. But then we started looking into it and we realised how expensive that would be.
And how long we wouldn't be able to stay in each place.
Yeah, we'd kind of have to rush from place to place.
Especially with like accommodation, like if you're staying in a hostel.
And also like the Scandinavian countries, because there's a lot of water up there and there's a lot of islands, it would be quite tricky to backpack. So then we thought about renting a car.
That was expensive.
But that would be really expensive. But then, alongside this, we'd already discussed about eventually travelling down America in a converted van.
Or up, I mean.
Or up, or sideways, or a zigzag.
Probably a zigzag.
Probably a zigzag. Not fussy. And then, I think it was you.
Yeah, I've been looking at them for ages.
That said, oh, why don't, crazy idea, why don't we do Europe in a van? So then, kind of over the course of a month, that kind of went from an idea to us actually being like, yeah, okay, this is going to happen. We started looking at getting a van, and
I was looking on Auto Trader at loads of deals, but had my dad in my ear saying, probably isn't a good idea, probably will have loads of problems with it, and if you're going to go around Europe, it's going to be loads of problems. And I didn't listen to him at first, but I started to towards the end, and it did make a lot of sense that if you're in a different country, and although we're going to try and learn languages while we're out there, if you can't speak to somebody that well, it's just another problem that it's just going to make things really difficult if your car breaks down.
We kind of, like I said, toyed with the idea, and we realised that actually in the long run, buying a van now that is newer and is of better quality will actually save us money in the long run. Yes, we'll be putting money into it now, actually buying the van and converting it, but then whilst we're travelling, fingers crossed, we shouldn't really come across any major problems.
If we like did the maths and worked it all out, we'd probably save money because we're going to be able to cook in the van rather than have to eat out and not be able to really cook anywhere. Or accommodation, we'll just be able to sleep wherever, illegally, but we'll be able to sleep wherever.
Sam, conveniently, his contract on his car was coming to an end, so he managed to trade in his car for our Volkswagen Transporter.
That we don't have a name for yet.
No.
We're not sure if we want a name for it, but there'll
no,
probably
I think
be something.
I think we've decided on a gender-neutral name.
Because cars don't
have genders.
I mean, they don't.
Yeah, then we got the van. We got started on it pretty quickly, actually. I think within 2 days of having it, we stripped out all the inside, because it was a second-hand van from a man who was a plasterer.
Yeah.
So we stripped out all the inside. It was absolutely filthy. So we gave it a really good clean. And then Sam, the handyman, installed
a window.
a window.
Yeah. Installed a window. We won't go on about that because we'll do another
Yeah,
YouTube
we're going to do a
about
separate
that.
video on that.
What?
Let's tell you a bit about us.
Everybody watching probably already knows us.
Yeah, but just, you never know.
Yeah.
We might have some newbies, in which
Might have
case,
some
hi,
newbies. Hello.
thanks for being our friends.
You're now our friends.
We don't have many,
No,
so
we
we
have
appreciate
more.
you.
I'm in an apprenticeship for engineering. doesn't really help this side of it because it's not the same at all.
It does a little bit.
It does a little bit, just with like knowing certain tools and being generally alright with my hands, but this is also going to help me improve my hand skills, which should help my
paragliders.
Ooh.
Also, shout out to Sam's mum and dad for the background music.
Yeah, hopefully that's not really that loud. Doing this is also going to help me in my job because I'm going to get better at hands skills in general and just going to learn a lot more. If we ever get a house, it's going to help us doing that because you have to do plumbing, basic plumbing and
using
gas.
I think like using your initiative to come up with problems because you haven't got someone there to say, oh, this is how you need to cut that bit of wood or something.
There's loads out on there on YouTube.
Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah, really, really useful. So many people on there. Sometimes too much information because you can do things more than one way and you have to decide which way you want to do it. I don't think you should care about it too much. Sort of just go for it. You can always find a way around something if you've done something wrong later on. It doesn't matter. In the videos or anything, we're not going to explain how we did something too much because we're just getting that information from YouTube. We'll sort of say why we did it. We're not going to have a big time-lapse video of me doing loads of stuff. We're just going to have a basic little thing saying this is what we've done.
We will say for something we were doing today, we were kind of toying up between two ways of doing it.
Yeah.
So in videos we'll say the two ways of doing it and why we chose the certain way.
Yeah, benefits of the other and benefits of the other, just to help people see that you don't have to do it one way, you don't have to do it another, and either way is still viable, but there are pros and cons to each.
Now about me.
Yeah, go on to you.
Me.
It's always about
I'm not much of a handy woman. I'm a dancer and a dance teacher and a choreographer. I trained in London for 3 years, which were probably the best 3 years of my life.
Oh, because you're away from me?
Because me and Sam were together. Oh, I've just finished my first year out of college. Doing a bit of everything really. I'm still dancing and singing myself. I do a lot of teaching, all different styles of dance, children, adults, choreographing, coming up with choreography for musicals and shows. So I have never even picked up a drill in my life. Today was the first time I picked up a drill, which was very exhilarating.
And it was just to pass it to me.
Yeah, I haven't.
Not going to trust
Sam hasn't given me approval to drill a hole yet. This is completely brand new for me, the whole thing, and I'm really excited to learn about it all. And
you have learned a bit already.
Yeah, I have learned a bit already. I'm learning about screws and screwdrivers and spanners.
Whilst we're going around Europe, we're also going to find jobs.
Yes.
Because the whole idea of doing it in a van is we don't have to rush.
So if we get to a certain country and we're like, damn, we really like it here, we haven't got any time constraints.
No.
So we can decide to stay there for a month, 2 months, or if we get to a country and we're like, actually this isn't the vibe for us,
no,
we can just stay there for a day and then move on.
And then at least we've still been there. And if you do the interrailing, then you only really stay in a place for a small amount of time.
Yeah.
You don't get to know a place. If you go there and then you're like, oh, what's the best places here, you'd only go to the best places. You wouldn't actually see if somewhere is a lot better, but it's just not on the internet. We'll meet loads of people. There's such a community for this van life as well.
Yeah. We've said as well, it's not until you start doing it and you start looking at things you realise how big the community is.
Yeah, it's
like
massive.
it's huge and it's
grown
still
so
growing,
much.
which
Yeah.
is so exciting.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to money, another reason why we're going to get jobs on the go is because we realise how expensive it is. Obviously there's going to be some months where we're going to be hard on money more than we are other months.
Yeah, but it means you go somewhere, you work for a little bit, and whilst you're there you find out about different places, then you'd like, oh, then we'll go there next, and then use that money that you saved up to do it.
And because of the nature of our jobs, we're both quite lucky in the fact that we probably will be able to find work, especially you.
Hopefully,
whilst we're out there.
and doing all these hand skills and everything like that's going to give me skills to be able to work in a lot of other places.
Oh yeah, he does handstands.
I should be getting back to it now because I've been injured. But while we're travelling, I'm going to be doing so many handstands.
Yeah,
so much handstand training.
I'm hoping to, over the next few years, get really into yoga because of my dancing. Obviously, I'm quite flexible and I have that strength. So it's always something that's really interested me. And obviously, travelling to some of these countries, the yoga community in some of these countries is crazy. So I kind of want to get myself to a level where I can actually, if I go and see that there's like a yoga class going on, I can just go and join in with it, which would be quite cool. Thanks for watching. Give it a like.
Oh, you're doing that?
I'm doing that.
We won't. Don't dislike it.
Dislike it.
Give us a dislike if you.
Yeah,
like it.
anything really.
Yeah.
Just any sign of interest. You can comment if you want.
Yeah. Tell us if we're awful people. Tell us if we should just give up.
I believe you told us we were lovely people, but we will be back soon with another video.
Yes, there's blogs. We'll leave a link.
Everything will be down below. Both of our personal Instagrams, just down here. You can't see it, but they're all down here.
I can't see them.
Both of our personal Instagrams and our joint van Instagram.
And the link to the Google Docs van blog, which we've done through Google Docs because it's free.
Yeah. And if you're new, feel free to give us a message. We love chatting to new people.
Yeah.
So, thanks. See you soon. Bye.